Walking down the middle. Now, here is Harden.
To the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Well, I tell you, violation. You knew he was in for a great postseason as well.
And it was a bit of a roller coaster for him in the playoff run. I mean, he could vanish one game, but then explode for 40 in the next.
And he's good on the second.
And with Harden in the playoffs.
Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And, you know, that tough game for Harden in the conference finals, a dozen turnovers for him, set an NBA record for most turnovers in a playoff game. Not how he wanted to go out, but he showed he can carry a team for stretches during the playoffs. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The drive by LeBron. It's stolen by Ariza. And Brewer kicks to Harden.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you've come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
It's LeBron with the drive. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season, his return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging-type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Now, here's Beverly. It's tipped and stolen by LeBron. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And that's now 9 points for LeBron.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Another miss by Houston. The Cavaliers leading by 7. On its way from Irving for 2. Here's Smith. Soft touch off the glass.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening. Quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out. And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you can see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster. And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Irving drives in. It's deflected. Harden the pass to Howard. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Smith comes in for James Harden. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Cleveland, Mozgov comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Shumpert in there for James. Stolen by Terry. Pass to Ariza. Mozgov with the block. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. And there's Shumpert. That's good on the assist by Irving. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
So they need to start taking care of the basketball. Careless play since the opening tip.
Have to make the simple play. I mean, already they've got 4 turnovers, and it's still early.
And the Rockets making a change here. Lawson's checked in. Jefferson's checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Irving.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the first. And Shumpert kicks to Mozgov. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Lawson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
And for Lawson, he is great when he attacks. He does obviously create well for his team on drives. Interesting player, certainly, but playing with a team that's growing and pretty young around him.
A good point. And, you know, last season, Lawson averaged about 13 points for his team off of his own drives. I mean, that means 13 points a night would be a direct result of him attacking the rim. That's second in the league in a stat that only trailed James Harden.
I think that would surprise some people.
Yes.
And so here is Houston, 9-point game. And the heave doesn't get to the rim.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
40 seconds left in the first quarter. Count that one.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Now, here is Lawson following the missed shot by Timofey Mozgov. Great tee that time from Love.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And Shumpert slams it in.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
On the wing, Jason Terry. And another 3 for Houston.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Williams dishes to Mozgov. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Mozgov's got his second basket of the night. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and you know the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, in part, perhaps the most demanding of all are the expectations that they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Houston, Patrick Beverley out there with Corey Brewer. Then it's Harden, then there's Howard, and it's Ariza in at the 4 spot. And it's Smith missing.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And Harden wide open, he shoots. The three-pointer is right on target. Harden's got 14. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Stolen by Beverley. To the middle. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from James Harden. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Last season for James Harden. Was easily his best yet, finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game, scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly with Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
Williams lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Williams has got 4 this quarter.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. He dishes it to Howard. Stolen by Varejao. And the jam by J.R. Smith. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this?
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure. And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. His big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year. Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here is Harden following the basket by LeBron James. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from James Harden.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half. And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and, of course, the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
Knocks it loose. Here's the break, and here they go. Finished off the break. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And it's Terry that time on the assist by Lawson. Terry's got 5.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a few more sequences just like that.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Last season, the Pistons with a shocking move, Wade 18, and a wide-open look for James. Kept alive, Thompson, and down enters LeBron. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Smith with the defensive effort.
And Josh Smith, best friend.
And he gets it to go. That's now 8 points for Ty Lawson.
And guys, Josh Smith long criticized for taking way too many outside shots. I mean, while he's shown some improvement for long range, I think his inability to play below the free throw line more often, I think has really hindered his development as a player.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories, rebounds just being one of them.
The Cavaliers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
The first one falls. And he can't hit the second.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire this level. level in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Rockets trail by 13. Here's Thornton. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Thompson. Good. Thompson's got 11 points.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
6 seconds left. They lead.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
What a performance from Harden here. 19 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
And really now you can tell the defense starting to have second thoughts in terms of how they're going to play him. That's 12 points from long range.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Tristan Thompson. And it's Irving in at the point.
Sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Ariza no luck.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's now 8 points for J.R. Smith.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
Ariza outside. Launches a 3. That doesn't go either for Ariza.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah,